There's quite a few replica fragrances and it's hard to know which fragrance to go for, which one to test. So if you're looking to discover the fragrances from the brand, I'm going to share with you the buying guide for them. So all you have to know, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll know exactly what fragrances you might love and what fragrances are definitely not your go-to. My name is Monica and here on this channel we talk about fragrances mainly, so if you love fragrances, subscribe to this channel. And let's jump into it because this might be quite a long video. There's a lot of replica fragrances. I myself own 6 of them and I'm going to share with you my process of why I bought them. But now let's talk about some discontinued fragrances that you might have heard of, but they're no longer available. So we're talking about Fanta Evening Lipstick On, Promenade in the Gardens, and Teascape. There might be more because they keep discontinuing fragrances, but these are, especially Lipstick On was one of those really popular fragrances that are no longer available. So I'm not going to talk about these. There's also some other fragrances that might not be your cup of tea, but you'll know as I talk about it. I'll start talking about my least favorite fragrances and then go on to talk about my favorite fragrances. I think that would be the most logical way to approach this video. Okay, so I've got a little list here just to keep myself to know what I'm talking about. The first fragrance, so my least favorite from the house of Replica, is actually Music Festival, and this fragrance to me it's just wrong. It literally smells like grass. It doesn't smell appealing. It smells like dirty teenagers in like grass with smoking some stuff. It's just very harsh. And to me, this fragrance is just not my cup of tea, so we're not going to spend much more time talking about it. Next one is Springtime in the Park. And this fragrance, to me personally, because wow, that wasn't me. I think florals in general, because this is a floral fragrance, are hard to do on a small budget because fragrance oils are very, very expensive per milliliter. So these fragrances, especially Replica, I find that they don't really nail flower heavy fragrances, and this one is a bit screechy, chemically. It just doesn't smell natural, so I would say no for this one as well. Next up is at the Barbers. This is a very traditional masculine fragrance, I would say. So if you're not into those, then don't go there. This fragrance literally smells like a traditional barber shop, but it smells like a cleaning solution that the barbers use. It doesn't give you a nice spin on a memory. It's supposed to maybe smell like this, but to me this is not a fragrance. This is a scent that could be like a great room freshener, but not a fragrance that you would want to wear near your nose, if that makes sense. So this is not a fragrance that I would encourage you to buy, but this is my opinion, and fragrance is highly personal, but this is what my thoughts are. Next up is Flower Market, another flowery fragrance that is just not good. It's screechy, it's harsh, it's chemical, because flowers, once again, just it's a no-go for Replica, in my opinion, so far. Next we go to Sailing Day, and this fragrance I haven't seen a lot, so maybe they're discontinuing this one as well. It is extremely just like aquatic, but in a harsh way. Again, these fresh fragrances that are meant to be something, they are too harsh. So this one, again, it is coriander heavy also, which is a note that some people find really off-putting. So this one is not a crowd pleaser either. Next, let's talk about Bubble Bath. This is a fragrance that they released through the pandemic, and I think this is a really good fragrance, but it's nothing special. To me, this is too clean, too soapy, and it almost smells too literal. Again, there's a fine balance between making a fragrance smell like a certain moment in time, but you want this fragrance to be wearable and this one to me just doesn't nail it, but it's a nice fragrance, I'll give it that. Next one is Beach Walk, and this one I actually quite like, but to me this is also quite a harsh, salty, like suntan lotion kind of smell, and there is better in that budget, and this again smells a bit harsh chemically to me. And I would say if I was going to spend that money on a fragrance, there's so many other alternatives that I would go for, but it's a nice scent, and I appreciate that it really is a wearable scent with suntan lotion elements. Like, this is nice coconutty, it's a lovely scent. And a Lazy Sunday Morning, this fragrance to me, it's the nicest one so far because we're going to my top fragrances, and this is just very light, very airy. I would say this is a fragrance that I would wear when I was staying in or on the weekend. Like, you can wear it with everything. It doesn't really smell like much, it's just like watery, fresh, pleasant fragrance. So if you like fragrances that are like not that fragrance, you know, they're not that present in a room when you wear them, this is a nice fragrance because it's very light, and I think like 99.9% of people will absolutely love this one because there's nothing to hate, but that's why it's so low on this list, because it's not different enough. It doesn't have that much character. And now let's jump into fragrances that I actually really like from Replica, and let's start with Matcha Meditation. This one is the newest release, I think, one of the newest, and this literally smells like matcha tea. It's not at the top because there is a literal element to this. This literally smells like Starbucks matcha. It does. It's so literal, it's so prominent, and there's some flowers in there, but they're a bit more, you know, at the back, not at the center stage. This is also a fresh and a sweet scent. I like it, but I struggle sometimes with it because it is so strong, that matcha note. So I struggle to find an occasion to wear this. But I would say this leans feminine, but it's a nice fragrance. Next up, of fragrances I really like from Replica, it's Under the Lemon Trees. And this fragrance is a perfect summer unisex scent. This is very fresh. It's literally like lemons with some sweetness. The lemons are not too sharp, so this is my complaint with Replica, that some of the fragrances are usually sharp. This has got this roundness to the fragrance, which really makes it so wearable, so refreshing in the summer, and I reach for this one all the time because you can literally, when it's really hot, you just crave this fragrance. So this is a light scent that anybody would love. It's a perfect gift fragrance, I would say. So this one is a lovely fragrance. I'm hoping my table doesn't fall. Next, I would say Coffee Break is one of my favorites also, but not at the top. This one is a fragrance that does smell like coffee and lavender, like a milky coffee, and it's a scent that really just takes you somewhere. It's a scent that is cozy, that is sweet. That milky coffee is so comforting. This is really, it makes me think of like Sweden coffee shops or like Norwegian, Scandinavian coffee shops. Like this cozy atmosphere. There's always like wooden elements and blankets for you to just like have around you, like some coffee. They've got amazing coffees. This is again a unisex scent, I would say. Both women and men can totally wear it. It sits in the middle. It's got nice softness to it, which I really appreciate, and it's different. It's not your usual designer scent. This really can be a signature scent for somebody because it's different. It's fun, I would say. Next one that I really like is Jazz Club from Replica, and this is supposed to smell like heady cocktails and cigars. And this, they say it's a male fragrance, and I would say any fragrance, if you love it, you can wear it. I always say that, but this fragrance does have that manly scent. Like, I've tried wearing this and I can't because it's just too heavy for me. And it is heady cocktails. It's boozy, It's coconutty. It's so strong that almost like you can get nauseous by wearing it. But I love the scent. I love the scent on somebody else. Like a guy, I think it's great. And if you're a guy and you love this scent, I would say go for it, because it's coconutty, it's woody, it's heavy. It's so different, and it really is boozy and comforting. To me, this really smells like New York. Like, I have been to New York once in my life, but this is just what I think about this culture that is so rich, and just the winter is so definite, like it's snowy. And this is a fragrance I would definitely only reserve wearing in the winter time, because it's so strong. It's definitely like a scarf. Even in the harshest winter, like minus 20, 30 degrees, you would be able to smell this, because it's such a strong scent. Next one that I really like is their recent release, Autumn Vibes, and this is supposed to smell like woody trail and red leaves, and it does. It smells so good. This one in particular reminds me a lot of Le Labo Santal 33, but a bit more woodsy and a bit more warm. I think it has got a lovely warmth to it, and I just really love the way it smells. It's sweeter than a Le Labo, but it has got that same just pickle note that Le Labo Santal 33 has, and it really does smell like spring. It has got warmth, but also like this breeziness to this fragrance. And the only issue of this one is that it doesn't project enough for me. Really, I have to spray quite a lot of it for it to really project. But the scent itself, I think they've done an excellent job at this, and it's less dry than Le Labo Santal 33 that I know that some people don't like. So this is a nice alternative, and they've put their own spin on a Santal 33 like fragrance. So it's not a direct copy, it's a spin. So I love that, and I give props to Replica for that. Really love it. And the next one, which I don't own but really like, is Whispers in the Library. This is such a lovely, rich vanilla, like a waxy vanilla, spicy scent. It smells like yellowed pages of books. It smells like just caramelized, sweetness. It's such a good scent. When you really apply it, you can really just feel so good wearing this fragrance. This is a unisex for me as well. It's such a good scent, and I think Replica just does like those heavy woodsy scents the best. They're so original, they're so different, they're totally worth the money. So this is my second favorite scent. And now to my top favorite scent that is just unbeatable, unmistakable, and many people love it as well. It's By the Fireplace. It is By the Fireplace, like burning wood and chestnut. And it's so distinctive, it's so different. You either love it or hate it, because it literally smells like fireplace, firewood, but it has got vanilla in there, which makes it so delicious. And this nuttiness, this one I wear loads when it's summertime here in the UK, but it's evening time and we are burning some firewood. I wear this then. It mixes so perfectly with like wood burning. It's like the best fragrance to wear on like a walk in the evening. It's such a distinctive and different fragrance. This fragrance makes fragrances fun, because it's not all the same fragrances all the time. This is a signature worthy scent, definitely a heavier scent, a unisex heavier scent that can be worn during evening times, or also perfect for winter, like heavy winter, like Canada winter, like Poland winter, like you know Eastern Europe winter, that sort of a heavy snowy winter. This is your best friend. This is your cozy partner for the winter. It's just an amazing scent. Let me know what is your favorite replica scent down below. We're going to do a little vote, so let's see which fragrance wins. I'm hoping it will be by the fireplace. I just love this one. Subscribe for more videos. Let me know what other buying guides you would like to see on this channel. Follow me on Instagram at Monica_Cioch, CIOCH, where I post more about fragrances. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye.